This is 6.6. Okay. Here we need to find the volume, and it gives us that 1 cube is 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch. So this figure would be 2 by 4 by 3. So 2 times 4 times 3 is 8 times 3 is 24 inches cubed. All right. So what if we had a concrete block shaped like rectangular prism? Each of these blocks is 8 inches long, 5 inches wide, and 2 inches tall. How much concrete will they need to make 1,600 blocks? So each block is 2 times 5 times 8, which is 80 inches cubed. That's one block. So we times this by 1,600, and that will give you the total volume. What if I wanted to convert that? Let me calculate it. So 80 times 1,600. So that is 128,000 cubic inches. Nobody measures concrete in cubic inches. What if I wanted to measure it in cubic feet? Would that work, dividing by 12? Well, let's think about it. This is 128,000 inches times inches times inches. So if I times that by, in 1 foot, there are 12 inches. Is that going to be good enough? No, that only converts one side. That would convert this side only. So that inches kills that inches. Yeah, I need 2 more feet and 2 more inches. And now all of the inches cancel all the inches, and all of the feet we end up with feet cubed, which means there would be 3 12s. So 128,000 divided by 12, divided by 12, divided by 12 gives me 74 feet cubed. So because this is a three-dimensional figure, I have to divide it by 12 3 times to convert each direction from inches to feet. All right. How do we find this height? Well, if I were to cut off, so if I have this shape here, and I cut this off and move it over to there, this area is simply the base times the height. So if we can figure out how big this is, then all we have to do is times it by the height. And essentially what we're doing is this. I'm not going to be a very good drawer. I'm converting it into a cube. You guys see that? So here is my cube. So if it is a rectangular prism that is sort of skewed, all I have to do is base times height, length times width, and then times it by the height. Notice this length over here is not part of the formula. So this one would be the area of the top is 9 times 8, and then we'll times that by the height, and that's going to be in millimeters cubed. All right. What is the volume? This is easy. 5/7 times 1/8 times 8/9. And this 8 can cancel that 8. So I end up with 5/63 centimeters squared. And it wants the answer in simplified form. All right. What is the volume? 8 times 6 times 2 is 12 times 8 is 96. What is the area of the shaded base? 8 times 6, which is 48 square units. And the volume of the prism can be given by this area, 48, times this height of 2. So there's sort of two different ways to think of area of a rectangular prism: length times width times height, or you can just take the area of one side and then multiply it by that third dimension, and that will give you your final area or final volume. Okay, volume of a pyramid. Oops. So let me show you. This is one of those formulas that you're just going to have to remember. 1/3 the base times the height. 1/3 the base times the height. So the base of this pyramid right here is 8 meters times 5 meters, which is 40 meters squared. Okay. Now, if I were to draw a prism around this, sort of like a cube there, it turns out that the area of the pyramid, oh, I missed. That pyramid should touch. The pyramid should touch in the middle here, right? The volume of the pyramid is exactly 1/3 the volume of the entire cube. So the height is 7. So 40 times 7 is 280 meters cubed. That is the entire cube, the entire rectangular prism, and the pyramid is exactly 1/3 as big as that. So we just divide this by 3. All right, a triangular prism. Well, we need the area of this triangle, which is 1/2 times 7 times 7, which is 49/2. And then we're just going to multiply that by 9. And that will be in inches cubed. So find the area of one side and then multiply it by that third dimension. Here we have a rectangular prism. We need to find the surface area and the volume. So the volume is easy. It's just going to be 12 times 15 times 6. And the surface area would be this area times 2 plus this area times 2 plus this area times 2, and then add them all together. So the shed has a floor, and I'm assuming we're painting the inside of the shed. So if the shed is painted red, which measure helped the shed maker know which to buy? Surface area. If the shed is used for storage, how much would the shed hold? Would be measured in a volume. Boy, we're flying through this. All right. So this is what I told you about earlier. If we were to put that inside, then the volume of this is exactly 1/3 the volume of that. So it wants you to find the volume of the pyramid and the volume of the prism, and then the volume of the pyramid is equal to some certain amount times the volume of the prism. And is that true for all rectangular prisms? Yes. Oh, so it's going to be same length, same width, and same height. Last one. All right. So we have a triangular prism and a triangular pyramid. So for the triangular prism, you find this area, and then you multiply it by that side, and that will give you the volume. Okay. And then the equation for the triangular pyramid is right there. So just like the rectangular pyramid, you take the area of the base, you times it by the height of the entire figure. So in this case, the base has an area of 12 meters squared. So we times it by 4 meters. We end up with 48 meters squared. And because it is a pyramid, that pyramid is going to be exactly 1/3 as big as the prism that it is attached to. Okay, that is it. Get to work.